chair today. And we'll start with our hands on our thighs, head up, shoulders back, and let's pump the ankles several times. Very good, and then we'll progress that movement on to kicking your feet. Excellent, keep your feet flat on the floor. Bend your elbows and march. Excellent, all right. Take a pause, let's drop the arms down. As you inhale, stretch up, and exhale down. 2 more times, inhale up, exhale down. And here's our last one. And keep your arms down to the side, bend your elbows. As you inhale, pull your arms back and lift your chest. As you exhale, press your hands forward, round your shoulders. Inhale, pull the arms back and lift your chest. Exhale, press forward, round forward. 1 more time, in and up, out and down. Very good. Take a pause in the middle. Rest your hands on your thighs. Let's take the left hand, slide it front and back, and then your right hand is going to tap. From here, let's count backwards from 50 by 5. And when you're done, we'll switch hands. Right hand, front and back, left hand, tap. And this time, let's count backwards from 40 by 4. From here, we'll take the arms back again, lean to the right and lean to the left. If you're adding on, you can stretch overhead. We'll do 1 more on each side and pause in the middle. Take your arms around front. Now let's turn the body left and right, not just your arms. Allow your upper back to rotate, please. And then pause in the middle. From here, you can slide forward to the edge of the chair. And we're going to bring the left knee up, give it a hug, and then kick that foot all the way forward and put your hands on your hips. So resting that heel on the floor. I have my left heel resting on the floor. My left knee is straight, and both hands are on my hips. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, lean forward until you get a stretch. Inhale, sit up tall. And exhale, lean forward. We'll do that 1 more time, in and up, out and down. From here, sit all the way up. Let's switch the feet. I'd like you to hug your right knee to your chest first. Give it a hug. And then kick that foot forward and drop your heel down. Your hands can come onto your hips. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale. As you exhale, lean forward. Inhale, sit up. We'll do that a few more times. Continue to breathe, and here's our last time. From here, you can stay tall and plant those feet on the ground. We're going to take both of our hands inside of the thighs. So I want you to squeeze your thighs into your hands. Give yourself some resistance with your upper body, but we're going to squeeze the knees together and then use your arms to press the knees apart. Squeeze the knees together and press the knees apart 1 more time. And hold it here. Switch. We're going to press the knees together and press the knees apart, just like we did. Again, we're using that tension from the upper body to make sure this doesn't feel easy. And then keep your thighs Right where they are, rest your arms. Let's pick up the band. We'll take our palms down on the band and then bring the arms up, lift your chest. Tuck your chin nice and tall. Very good, and then we'll alternate pressing left and right. So I do have my presentation coming up on Monday. Today, actually, I'll be going to Staircrest, and I'll be going to all of the sites over the next several weeks and sharing all my Olympic stories. And you guys get your turn on Monday next week. So there is not any more Brady Bunch classes this week, specifically because I'll be out of the office on Mondays, or I'll be here but doing a special presentation. Let's do one more on each side and then pause in the middle. Take your arms all the way out to the ends of your band and then loop your band around your back. Now, you can do this as you like. I personally like to stretch my arms to the outside of the band, and then I can bring my palms up. And from here, if I've got my palms down, I can stretch this skin here, but if I've got my palms up, I don't have any risk of a skin tear, right? So let's lift the head up nice and tall. We're going to press the arms out and in several times. So the last piece of my trip I don't think I've shared with you all yet is that my dad came to visit me while I was in Connecticut. And it was very last minute. He had other plans going on with the family, but just, it's a long time to be on your own on the road, and he had never been to that part of the country before, so I said, hey, if you want to, come on out. And he did. Let's take a pause here. We're going to keep the arms as they are, but just walk the feet left and right. Keep our nice tall posture as we do that. So the first day he came into town, that was tough for him because he drove through the night. That was his choice. I don't know why, that's what he wanted to do, but that's what he wanted to do. He drove through the night and he arrived in Connecticut around 2 or 3 in the afternoon. From here, let's take a pause. We'll go back to our presses. So during that day, while he'd been driving, I got an invite to go curling with a friend of mine named John Schuster. John Schuster is an Olympic curling gold medalist, and I thought it'd be just about the coolest thing I could do on my trip to learn how to curl from an Olympic gold medalist. So I got an invite, and of course I said yes. Let's keep our arms in, hold it here, and step the feet. I told you about my friend Stacy, that I met her in Connecticut. Not only is she from Milwaukee, we go to the same gym, and we didn't know each other till we got there. So I invited Stacy, and I also invited my dad. He's a trooper. He drove all through the night, and he still came out to curl with us. So that first night after we curled, he was exhausted, so I let him go to bed, and I did whatever work stuff I had to do. And the next morning we woke up and we went to New Haven, which was only about an hour drive from where we were in Greenwich. Let's keep the feet apart. We're going to bring that band back around to the front and turn your palms forward towards me. As you're ready, tuck your chin, lift your chest, and we'll stretch one arm out at a time. Now it's our second set, so if you'd like to add on, you can pump your ankles. And so we went to New Haven, and the first thing we did was get lost. So we do every time we travel. But then eventually we got found, but we were hungry. So we're on our way to the Peabody Museum at the Yale University campus, but we decided to stop at a pizza place called Sally's. Let's take a pause in the middle here. Flip your palms up one more time. Now, according to all the locals, New Haven pizza is even better than New York City style pizza. So we just had to go and check it out. I'd like you to pull your elbows into your body and then pull your hands away so that your arms make a W shape as you pull that band all the way to your chest. So even though we got there at about 11, it wasn't even really lunchtime yet. There was already a line out the door at this place. And it was totally worth the wait. We had very delicious pizza and something called I'll have to look it up, a very specific type of soda that is only found in Connecticut. Some type of root beer, but it was birch beer. That's what it was. It was Never heard of it? Maybe you have. It was great. It was like cream soda. Let's take a pause in the middle here. What I'd like you to do is find the ends of your band and loop the middle of your band underneath your left foot. From there, we'll kick the left foot forward so the heel is on the ground. And this first one, if you want to, you can pull that band back so it's nice and tight. It's just going to add some resistance to our movement. Tuck your chin, lift your chest. And as you're ready, lean forward with a flat back. We'll do that several times. So there's two really well-known pizza places. We went to the restaurant at Sally's. I think it's been open since 1938. So really a well-known community pizza spot. We got hot honey pizza. I don't know if you've heard of it, but it's kind of a new trend to put hot honey on things. It's spicy honey. Goes well on fried chicken and apparently pizza. So Dad didn't really like it, but I liked it, and we both like to try new things, so it was still good just to tell the story. This time, you can sit all the way up and pull your arms back. Keep your chest up very tall here. We're going to pulse the knee up and down. We'll do that several times. So once we had full bellies, we could finally get ourselves to the Peabody Museum, which is a free museum on the Yale University campus. They had an incredible dinosaur exhibit. And as I told people that I was working with what we did, pretty much everyone said, wow, they had amazing childhood memories of going to the Peabody Museum. Every school within an hour's drive. It seems to be a very popular field trip kind of place. Kick your foot forward, keep it forward, and relax your arms. Take both bands in your right hand and loop your right knee. Continue to sit up tall. We'll take the left foot and we'll step it out and in. Now don't let that right knee get wobbly. Keep that right knee pointing straight ahead. 3 more times. And then take a pause in the middle. Let's unloop that foot. And we'll go back to the ends of your bands. We'll loop the other side. And then kick forward with the right foot. You might choke up on the band, making it a little tighter. Find your good posture. And again, I've got that heel on the ground. And if your heel doesn't touch the ground, you might scoot onto the edge of your chair, just so you have a little more space to do that. Find your posture. We'll lean forward and sit up. So the dinosaur exhibits were quite fascinating. They also had an exhibit on gold and how gold, how can I explain this? How it tends to come in shapes like a leaf and how different mineral deposits in that area can be found. That was very fascinating to see an entire display of the same type of metal, but all the different shapes that it can grow in naturally in that area. Let's do one more here. And then as you sit up, pull your arms back. We'll lift the knee to the chest and kick forward. We'll do that several times. So we hung in the museum just about as long as we could. My dad told anyone who would listen, oh, I've been to Yale. I'm sure he's still telling all his friends back home now that he went to Yale. But we did end up hurrying back a little bit because I was still working. You can kick that foot forward, straighten your arms, and hold both bands in your left hand. Loop your band around your left knee. As you're ready, take your right foot, step it in and out. So we hurried back to the hotel and we met with a bunch of producers for the show Gold Zone that I told you about. But we also got really lucky that the figure skating was on that day, and there was a whole group of people that I'd been working with gathered together at the hotel watching. Let's take a pause in the middle. Bring that foot in and bring your band up. We have one more exercise here. Bring your palms up to face the ceiling. Tuck your elbows down to your side, chest is up, and then again, we're going to pull that band apart, and the goal is for your elbows to make a W shape, and for that band to tap you in your chest. So we got to watch the figure skating with Actually, not only the producers, but one of the hosts for Gold Zone. His name was Matt Eisman, and he's also the host for American Ninja Warrior, which my parents really like that show. Let's do one more and then take a pause in the middle. We'll drop that down to the side. And then bring both of your hands up. Find your posture, nice and tall. And then as you're ready, let's circle the wrists. You can change directions. And then pause in the middle. We'll take the fingers out in front, we'll play the piano. And then bring your palms back in and let's make some Pac-Mans. Chase your ghosts across the screen. And then the other way. Very good. Pause in the middle. Take your palms together. Point and flex your fingertips. So we got to watch Ilya Malinin, and you probably saw how he didn't have the performance he had been hoping for. But it was still fun to watch that kind of with an Olympic group and be a part of a watch party. As mentioned, Matt Eisman, take a pause in the middle here, point your fingers forward and back. He was one of the most gracious on-air talents I have ever met. He's on the podium with my play-by-play announcer, Ted Robinson. And I'm impressed by anyone who calls others by their first name. My career of coaching has really taught me that one of the best ways to get to know someone is to use their name. Make sure they know, they feel special, they feel specifically like they're the ones being spoken to. Let's take a pause in the middle. That's something Matt Eisman did really well. We'll open the left arm and look right. Come back to middle, open the right arm, look left. So Matt spent several minutes chatting with my dad, which is my dad. I don't expect special treatment for him. I just expected him to come and join me in whatever I was doing. But everyone I worked with, including the on-air talents, right? Even including Ted Robinson, they went out of their way to spend time with my dad, to compliment me and congratulate him on coming and just sharing in these experiences with me. Let's take a pause in the middle. We'll drop the arms down, and then like we do in warm-up, pull your elbows back and lift your chest. And then press your hands forward and round your shoulders. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, elbows back, lift. Exhale, press forward, round. 1 more time, in and up. Out and down. Come back to neutral, sit up nice and tall. Bring your palms out to the side. Let's tap the thumb to fingers. So one of the producers, or maybe it was actually Matt, I think it was Matt, ordered a bunch of pizzas from the other well-known New Haven pizza establishment, which is called Frank Pepe's. So we got to compare and contrast the 2 best-known New Haven pizza places in the same day and do it in good company as well. From here, let's keep both hands open. Give me an L on one side and a peace sign on the other. And then we'll switch. And it's okay if you have to look at your hands to make sure you're doing it right. That's normal. Everybody has to do that. If you're very advanced, you might be able to do it without looking. You got it. Everyone's pretty good at this one. Okay. Good. Take a break. Let's take one hand on the nose and the other hand on the ear. Sit up very tall. Lift and switch. So then I had a day at work. We'll continue to alternate where I basically just had to leave Dad at home. He didn't mind. That's what he does when he's in Illinois anyway. So he just watched his shows and read the paper and went for a walk, all the good stuff. And then the next day I had another day off. So we took the train to New York City. Let's take a pause in the middle here and pick up your band. This time we're going to loop the right foot first, but loop around your big toe, or maybe around the ball of your foot, just to make sure that band is very firmly in place. We'll keep one band in each hand, pull your arms back, lift your chest. If you need to keep your heel on the ground, you can. Otherwise, lift your leg and let's point and flex. So a former teammate of mine, he was a fair bit younger than me, so we skated at the same time, but eventually I also became a coach of this skater. His twin sister is a Broadway actress, singer, dancer, all the things. Let's take a pause, drop that heel. I want both hands and both bands in your left hand, and loop your left knee. Take your right toe, windshield wipe left and right. So we knew she was in an off-Broadway play at this time, and we just felt adventurous. So we hopped in the train, we went into New York City. When we got there, we found out she was one of the principal actresses. So she had lots of lines, lots of solos, lots of dance highlights. Let's take a pause here. You can unloop that foot, and we'll go on to the other side. She even put our name on a special list so that we could stay in the theater after the show was over and get to see her and say hi and take pictures. Like we did before, pull that band back. Heel down or up, your choice, but let's pull the arms back so we get a little upper body strength here. Good, point and flex the toes. So we stayed after, we took pictures, and then we got to go to a restaurant not very far away and meet, it was a friend of a friend. So let's drop that foot down, put both bands in your right hand, and then loop your right hand around your right knee. And we'll windshield wipe the left toes. So one of the producers that was working on alpine skiing brought his wife with him on the trip. It's a long trip, it's 17 days. So I naturally just got to know her being in the hotel. They traveled with their dog, so I got to know their dog. And she's an actress, and she was in New York City anyway that day, visiting family and friends. Let's take a pause. You can unloop that foot and drop your band off to the side. If you have back pain, you can stay in the back of your chair. But if you do not have any back pain, please come all the way to the edge of your chair. I'll have you tuck your tail and then lean back, elbows onto armrests. We're starting out very easy here. You could just pump your ankles. If that's too easy for you, then march your feet. So we met her for dinner, and she gave me all kinds of interesting insight, what it's like working in the media, because I've heard from many of you, but I've heard from lots of folks. Seems like I have a voice for this. And I wanted to know, what's it like to work in the industry? How do I get an agent? How do I keep producers remembering my name so they call me and hire me for work? Let's take a pause here and sit all the way up. We'll drop the pinky toes down and press down with the knees. Remember to keep your chest lifted nice and tall here. Take a few deep breaths. So then, and plus we were really lucky because we had a New Yorker to take the train home with during rush hour, so that was good. But I learned so much about her career on Broadway, her career in LA. She acted on several Nickelodeon TV shows. She was in Hello Dolly. She was Frenchie in Grease on Broadway. So she had an extensive background in the business, and it was very fun for me to get to learn from her. Let's bring those feet back up and together. I want your left knee to come up. If you can hug it, that's great. Start to circle that ankle. So we had a ride back to the hotel, or the train back to the hotel. You can change directions. And then the next day I had to go to the rink. So we spent a little more time around Greenwich. We went out to eat, we did a little shopping, but then my dad had to go on his way and I had one more day of work. Let's kick that foot forward, drop the heel down. Inhale, bring the arms back. As you exhale, stretch forward and touch your toes. Take a couple deep breaths here. And as you're ready, sit all the way up. We'll switch sides. Lift your right knee first and give it a hug. Let's circle the ankles and change direction. From here, kick your foot all the way forward. Inhale, pull your arms back. As you exhale, stretch forward, reach for your toes, and take a couple deep breaths here. And sit all the way up. Let's bring your feet flat. We have one more round of our core exercise, so tuck your tail, lean back like it's a sit-up, and then drop your elbows down. Easy as an ankle pump. Medium, march your feet. This next move is called a scissor. So there is a moment where neither foot touches the ground. Only do this if your abs are tight. If you lose your posture, don't do it. It's not what the point is. The point is to stay strong here. If you can scissor the feet, we'll alternate so that for at least a moment, we're totally supported with our core strength. 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. That one is hard because it's hard. Everyone did it right. It really does burn your core muscles. So great work, you nailed it. Let's take the left foot back on a stagger. Or if you want a little extra, you can drop it under the chair. Either way, take that left foot, push it down into the floor, and we'll bring both arms back. Nice tall chest. Stretch the left arm up and over to the right. Take a deep breath. And then come back to the middle. We're going to turn the shoulders towards the window and then use your thigh and your armrest as a point of contact to gently rotate your shoulders to the right. Stay nice and tall. Take a breath. Come back to the middle. We have one more stretch. Pull your arms back, lift your chest up and breathe. And relax. Arms come down, switch your feet. Stagger the right foot back or drop it under your chair, your choice. Either way, press the right foot down this time, and let's take both arms out to the side. Reach that right arm up and over as you lean to the left. Take a breath. Come back to neutral. We'll turn the shoulders. Find your thigh and your armrest. Give yourself a gentle twist. Nice and tall with your chest, please. And then back to middle. One more stretch. Pull the arms back. Lift your chest up and breathe. And very good. We'll come back to center. Release that foot. I can see I have a couple of minutes left, so let's do one more thing for our grip strength this morning. Can you take that band, hold one end with your palm pointing down, and then use your fingers to pull that band up into your palm. Please, no cheating with the upper arm, just the fingers. Excellent. When you're there, just wait for all the rest of us. And if you need a little help, you can always just scoot that up and get a nice solid grip on your band. Wherever you are, bend that elbow. Let's pulse a fist several times. And then squeeze your fist nice and tight. Circle your wrist. Change directions. Point and flex. Windshield wipe. Very good. All right, switch sides. Start with that band, nice and long, palms down. Use your fingers one at a time to pull the band up into your hand. Take as much time as you need. And remember, there might be a certain point where you just give yourself a push, no problem. Whenever you have that band all wrapped up in your palm, we can start to flex the fist. Very good. Now squeeze your fist nice and tight. Circle your wrist. Change directions. Point and flex. Pause in the middle and windshield wipe. Very good. And then let's drop that band down to the side. One more quick stretch just for our fingers and our palms. Interlace the fingers, please. Turn your palms towards me and then push forward. And then let's add on a little bit. Let's round the shoulders. Take a breath. And then sit all the way up. Bring your palms back in. This time, keep your palms towards you. Press your hands forward, but we're going to lift the chest up. Take a breath. And relax. All right, everyone, thank you for coming, and I will see you again tomorrow. Thank you. You're welcome.